Hey guys, it's Andrew with the Avalon Legacy, and I am back from a trip to Japan, and I have a bajillion cards that I bought, and I'm very excited to show you guys and put away in my binders. Oh my god, I got so many cards. Definitely the most cards I bought in one go of like any trip or any order or anything. Yeah, so we left the day after Thanksgiving at like 6 a.m. That was fun. And we just got back today, December 7th, at like 7 p.m. So this is one of the first things I wanted to do because I'm just so excited to put all these cards in my binder. You know, catching up on the cards I missed that I just never bought the last like 2 years. And some older, so a few older Sword and Shield stuff. So yeah, I also got, we went to many Pokemon centers. I got the new end sleeves that came out, which are sick. I also got this N acrylic stamp of Zorua. That's like the Kotobukiya figure that I have. Same pose and stuff. And I also got the playmat with Reshiram and Zekrom, which is sick, that I probably should have had when I filmed this, but it will be in future videos for sure. So I got all those, which is awesome. Also, I bought this on eBay right before we left. Finally have this crystal version box. So now I have all three Gen 3 or Gen 2 games. I just need red, blue, and yellow, and fire red, and I'll have every like main series Pokemon game boxed, which is awesome. It does have this sticker, which sucks, but everything else looks great. You can still see the logo enough, and that is intact. The back also has this Blockbuster video stuff. Stickers, which is really cool to me, and it was like $200, which is a steal compared to all the other crystal box listings I've been seeing recently for a while. So very good, glad to have that. Also unrelated, I did get these Kit Kats that are made with Biscoff, which are really good. Japan's famous for their Kit Kat flavors, their wacky Kit Kat flavors. They're so much better than like English or American Kit Kats, I should say. So I did try and keep a list of all the card shops I went to. So some of them are obvious, like this one is C Labo. They're very common. They're a huge chain. But I found some very good deals with them. So naturally, the first card I bought was, as you'll see, was the Iron Valley SAR, the second one. Look, 600 yen. Because it was quote-unquote damaged. That's what the yellow stickers mean. But as far as I can tell, when you see damaged Japanese people are very, what's the word I'm looking for, critical about condition. So if there's like one little ding or something on it, yeah, see, like at the top, there's like you probably can't even see it, but there's a little tiny like lip at the top. That's probably what it is. But it's literally 600 yen, like I could not pass it up. And it's so sick. Yep. It's by Dunchow. Wow. Yep, really good. I'm debating, should I keep them in the sleeves right now, or should I take them out? I guess I could keep them in the sleeves. Yes. So I'm going to make a pile here. I'm going to do SARs in one pile, and then SRs and other things in another pile. I got the Gardevoir SR, really gorgeous texture. They just had it. It was the same price, and they had it at the same store, so I was like, yeah, give me that, because I still never got it in English. So we'll make an SR pile. Good. And then we got the Zekrom from Black Bolt, because I pulled the Reshiram in my vacation in Virginia Beach, so I was like, well, I guess I need the Zekrom in Japanese too. It was only 400 yen, like, hello. So the prices are really good, as you can tell, especially as a foreigner traveling to Japan. Like, the exchange rate is very good. Then I did get the Rotom SAR from Inferno X, also at the same shop. This one, I'm gonna inspect the SARs, just to see them out of the sleeves. This one has a little cutting issue in the bottom. The cutting issues are unfortunately very common on Japanese cards now. when they used to not be. But still freaking gorgeous. Needed this for the Rotom collection naturally, so. Yeah, just beautiful, obviously. Okay, SAR. And then I got the Iron Hands. Again, 500 yen. Like, that is crazy. It's hard to beat that. And again, it's probably just a cutting issue with the damage that they're talking about. Yeah, the art on this one's so good. I like it more than the original. Even though I did pull the original, so like it's cool that I pulled that. But the art on this one's so good. That's Kazumasa Yasukuni, who does Digimon card art as well. The Rotom was by Yoshimi Miyoshi. They're definitely a new artist. And then we got, I got one Mega Attack Rare because I like how this one looks in English. Like, most of them I prefer the Japanese text, but I like the English on this a lot. Also, it was 300 yen. All the Mega Attack Rares seem to be pretty cheap, other than, like, Charizard and, I think, Gardevoir. But yeah, I really like this one. It's not the Error one. Oh, I think that's only on SARs? No, it's on Mega Attack Rares, too. I think the Chinese texture was printed instead. But that's cool. And this is going to be like in the middle of the page of my Mega Attack Rares in my binder, so it'll look nice because it's like centered, whereas most of them are not centered. So we're going to put this separate. That can go over there because that's its own rarity. And then I did get these Rotom. I meant to get the regular one of this at the same shop, but it slipped my mind. Every time I call the person over to the showcase, I forget one or two cards. But I did get the art rare fan Rotom. So we got that. And then I got the Dusk Ball mirror foil, and then the regular Psychic Energy mirror foil. So I got those taken care of. Those will go in the, well, these are random other whatever, but this is art rares, so we'll put art rares over here. I guess they could go off the page a little. And by page, I mean the screen. There you go. I didn't buy that many SRs. I probably don't need a separate pile for them, but I'm gonna anyway. And then I did get also, oops. I'm being very particular right now. Hold on. I did get the Dreepy art rare. I meant to get the Dracloak too, but I kept not getting it for some reason. Because I have the Dragapult in Japanese, so I want all three of them in Japanese to to match. Okay, so that was the first place. So next one was a place called Card Wings. Yeah. So I don't remember everything I have a list of everything I got because every time I bought something I just wrote it down. So this one it's all art rares. We have the Solosis. Or sorry, it's almost all art rares. We have the Solosis art rare, which got stupid expensive in English for some reason. It was a lot cheaper in Japanese. I think it was 20,000 or sorry, 20,000. 2,000 yen, if I remember right. It's weird it doesn't say it. The other ones say it. But yeah, I got that. I got the Marshadow, which is another one that was, getting pretty expensive in English. I think it might still be. I don't remember. But I love it. It's probably my favorite art rare from that set. I got 980 yen. That's like $6.50, pretty much. So we like that. I got the Dusknoir. These are also pretty expensive in English. Is that on there? Okay. This line is pretty expensive in English. 580 yen. That's like $3. I got the Pidgey art rare. Probably could have just got this in English. It's not like stupid expensive in English, but I saw it and I was like, well, might as well get it. I've been putting off getting it for a while, so. And it has a little bit of scratching. Yellow sticker again means there's a little damage somewhere. And then I got the Rotom art rare from, it says this, not Battle Partners, Heatwave Arena. So I needed that. Rotom's getting a lot of love recently. You got this AR, you got the SAR, and then and Inferno X, like, that's pretty sick. So we got those. These are all moving again. Alright, and then the last one was this Mew SR, which I still needed. It says damaged. It was 1780 yen, which is very good. Again, hard to tell what the damage even would be. The texture is really cool on these shinies, by the way. Like, looks like there's just some scuffing on the back. But yeah, glad to get that. Check that off the Mew list. Actually, I don't remember if I like actually checked it off. But I'm gonna put that right there. Actually, I'll put it with the SRs. It basically is an SR. It's just shiny. All right. So the next shop was, well, actually, this was from a Pokemon Center. I saw that they had just Mega Dream Packs, but you can only buy one per person at the register. So I did that. I opened it already because we were just sitting. I was like, let me open it. And I got blah, 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 blah. Got a reverse Golduck, which is cool because this was a promo before, but I got the Mega Frostlass, which is my favorite new Mega from ZA. So that's freaking sick. I'm glad I got that. So we're going to put that with the regular, we're going to put it over here. And then, like, the Golduck is cool, but I don't really, like, care about it. Oh, I did get the Rotom. Look at that. I didn't even, like, notice I got that. That's actually sick. I'm going to put that together, too, because I'm going to have that in the my binder. So, yeah, I just got those random, you know, that one random pack. So that's cool. I need the reverse of the Fan Rotom, too. I didn't see those, like, anywhere. But again, I wasn't really looking at the lower end stuff. You know, I was mostly going for the art rares and stuff. So the next shop was the Legendary Card Secret in Ikebukuro. At least, I'm pretty sure they're in Ikebukuro. Yeah. So, Card Secret, I've been following them on Instagram for a long time. You should also follow them. They get a lot of, like, random language cards, like other languages besides, like, English and Japanese. But, you know, they're mostly Japanese. Other than that, obviously. I got a lot of good stuff from them. I wanted to originally, I wanted to buy the, my main goal on this trip was to buy the Mew Shiny SAR. And they didn't have it. I was sad. Did I order these already? Yeah, I have them in a weird order. But the first one I got was the Zacian V-Union. I saw they had this, and I still needed it. So I was like, I'll get a Japanese V-Union. 480 yen. Like, that's pretty great deal. So yeah, there's the legend, the 4-piece legend set, basically. Neat. So yeah, very excited about that. I could finally complete that page in my binder for the V-Unions. And then we got a bunch of SARs. First one we got the Terapagos, 620 yen, like, hello. I don't like this one as much as the original from Stellar Crown, or whatever the Japanese one is called, Stellar Miracle, but it is very nice still. And I just like, another goal on this trip was to get as many of the Terrestrial Festival SARs as possible, because I literally only pulled Lacey from that set. So I was like, really, like, I need to fill out those pages in my binder. So you'll see a lot of those. I did get the Iron Crown SAR. Unfortunately, there is a massive print line right through the middle right there of the art. It's still sick, don't get me wrong. Still glad I got it. That's a very good price. But man, the print lines, like, I try and, like, analyze the print lines as much as possible to be like, oh, is this, like, gonna still look good? This one's pushing it, to be honest. Part of me regrets buying it, but I'm just glad to have it. Because it is gorgeous. The art is beautiful. This by, oh, the Terapagos was by Mashu, and this is by Nagimizo. I literally almost couldn't even tell it was Nagimizo. They usually don't do, like, lots of negative space in their art. But, I got that. And then I got the Blood Moon Ursaluna by Yano KG, who was the artist for the original Ogrepon SARs from Transformation Mask or Mask of Change, whatever. This is sick though. This art is just so good. And of course the texture is beautiful. No offense to the original Roaring Moon. What is this called? Blood Moon Ursaluna. No offense to that art, because that is also good, but I like this one way more. And then we got the Petron SAR, the second one, from Terrestrial Festival. I love this one. I love how it shows like its more playful side as opposed to the original, which is like very brooding. Thought that was a texture shift for a second. The texture on there is crazy. It's actually like embossed, kind of. Yeah, very good. Again, the cut at the top is very rough. Japan's been having a bad time with the cutting recently. And then I got the original Wellspring Mask Ogrepon. Oh, sorry, that Petron was by Osare, and this is by Yano KG, like I was saying. This is my favorite Ogrepon form, so I saw they had this. I'm like, give me that, because I have the teal mask in Japanese already. So I was like, yeah, let me match those up. Yeah, the texture on these is so good. There's like a burst coming from right here going this way, like so cool. Yeah, and just all the blue and everything looks so cool. All right. And then we got the second one from Terrestrial Festival. This is by Yukihiro Tada. Yeah, texture on these is great too. I know people don't like these because they're a new Pokemon, and like nobody wants the new Pokemon until years later. And they're like, oh, those are cool actually. I think they're cool now. Call me crazy. Then we got the teal mask one, speaking of the devil. Same artist, they did all 4 of them, just like in Mask of Change. Yeah. I do wish they were like, I like how they're all symmetrical, like they're like centered, as opposed to like the original SARs, which are like angled. But I wish it was a little different. I wish like the mask was like coming from below, and then like Ogrepon was like standing on top of it or something, or standing behind it above. I don't know. Just something different. Like, I still like them, they're fine, but and I did get the gold Ogrepon teal mask because I like that you could actually see her face, as opposed to the English one where the text is blocking. And these are still insane to me how cheap these are. Like, they're so cool. The texture is insane. The holo is good. Like, I've just always been a fan of gold cards. Like, even though they're super cheap, I don't know why like people just are not a fan of them mostly. But anyway, we got. Oh, what the? Why are these sticking? Oh yeah, I did get that. Okay. So I did get the Ethan's Adventure, which is probably the most expensive out of all the cards I got here. This is my favorite card from this set because it has Pichu on it and it's gold and silver theme. It has Cyndaquil, who was my original favorite starter. Slugma's good too. Just Gen 2 vibes, like 6,400 yen, not a bad deal. A little dusty. I kind of wish the Cyndaquil and Slugma were like solid, like Ethan and Pichu are, but still looks really good. It's by Karya. I just love this card. It's so good. Pretty undervalued in my opinion. I mean, I don't say that very often, but and then I did get this SAR, which is the Hydreigon, he's my favorite dragon type Pokemon. One of my favorite cards from Black Bolt and White Flare. So I knew I had to get it. Pretty sick. This is by Takumi Iwata, who is the Zelda Breath of the Wild artist. And I think he did Tears of the Kingdom. I always forget. I always just say Breath of the Wild because that's the one everyone really knows. Yeah, friggin' sick. He's in the storm, and he's coming to get you. So as you can see, our pile of SARs is very big. Oh, this has to get out of here. But I bought a lot of SARs because there's so many that I didn't pull and just haven't bought because they're expensive or whatnot. Like, all right, and then I got the Rotom SAR from Inferno X. The background's really cool on this one. I'm not gonna take it out because it's just a SR. And then I did get the Metagross Art Rare, 420 yen. What a steal. English is ridiculous. Really like this one. Metagross in the Snow. You know, who would have thunk it? That's by Katsunori Sato. And then I bought one English card in Japan. Because I actually didn't notice it was in English at first. I was just like, yeah, give me that Laleep. Like, I love this card. This is one of my favorite cards from, what is it, Stellar Crown. So I was like, yeah, just give me that. Because I didn't really care if it was English or Japanese. I love the art on this one. It's by Mori Yu. Yeah, so good. And Laleep's my favorite fossil Pokemon. Well, you know, Crotally, technically, but that was a good pickup there. Still waiting for Crotally to get one. That would be really cool. Okay, and the last one, this wacky card. I finally got the Masaki's computer Bill's PC pass card. This was pretty much the last one of these I needed, not counting the extra rule cards because there's like a bunch of them. But this card's very unique, so I wanted it. It was only 680 yen. I'm like, yes, thank you, give me that. I'll put in the random pile. There's 2 random piles on the sides. All right, so that was all Card Secret. So the next shop was, let me see if I can remember what the name of this one was. I have the list over here. This was, Topspin, or Top Sun, yeah, auto-corrected. This is Card Shop Top Sun, which is funny because I don't think they're sponsored by Top Sun at all, but, you know, if that's even a company anymore. But I did get these 2 vending cards, which are way cheaper in Japan than on eBay and in America. I think this Abra is going for like $20-something. 500 yen, 800 yen. Like, and these are some of the oldest Pokemon cards, obviously, and they're 2 of the last vending cards I wanted to get. Like, the art's so good. They're both Aya Kusube, too. He's a classic artist. Yeah, I just love them. 2 of my favorite Gen 1 Pokemon also. So, glad I got those. Those will go with the vending card over here. Okay. So, I got 3 vending cards in Japanese. All right, and then I got a bunch of art rares because their prices were just so good, and they had so many that I needed. So these are, they're kind of in order. So we have the Zacian. I should just take these all out. They put every single one in top loaders, and I'm like, did you really have to do that? But they were very concerned about condition and stuff, I guess. But here's the Zacian. That's by Yoriyuki Ikegami. Next we have the Zamazenta by Takumi Wada. Very good. I remember when this was revealed, I was like freaking out because he did a Zacian like mock-up card a few years ago, and then he finally made an actual card for Zamazenta to complement that, which is really cool. We got the Landorus, 700 yen. I know this one's a little expensive in English. That's by Shiei Nanahara, who's another one of my favorite artists. We got these ones were a little more pricey, but still a great deal compared to English. We got the Zoroark. That's by, don't tell me, Iwamoto 5. Iwamoto 05, specifically. And then we got the Zorua by Naoki Saito. Yeah, very good. Got both of those, thank God. Because I know those are both expensive in English. Is this camera moving? What's going on? Oh, no, it's not. Okay. it looked not very centered for some reason. Then we got the Morpeko, another one that's pretty expensive in English, even though it's in Paradox Rift, which most people don't really care about. So glad to get that. The stack of top loaders is going to be huge. I'm going to put them over here. And we got one of my personal favorites, and my second favorite from Gen 9. The Ceruledge are rare. I actually just got in the mail a little bit before I left for Japan. I got the Chinese exclusive ones, so putting them together will be very satisfying. That's by Unishida. That was one of my other favorites, and this is by Rond. And then another one of my favorite Pokemon, the Steelix, the original, the first art rare. And again, another one that's pretty expensive in English, so very glad to get it for 700 yen. Like, yeah, I love that one. That's by Nisimono. We got another evolution line here. We got the Stuffle, which came out recently. This was in the first Mega Evolution set. That's by Okacheke. That's adorable. I love that. Stuffle is great. And then, obviously, what we have next is the Beware from Night Wanderer. This is Takeshi Nakamura who did this. This is a classic. Intimidating art. 700 yen. Can't really beat that. And then we got the Cinccino from, what's it called in Japanese? Cyber Judge? Or is it the other one? I think it's Cyber Judge. Freaking sick. I have the Minccino already, so I just need the Cinccino to, like, complete the chain. This one, I'm glad I got, but I did not get the complimentary one. I didn't find that in Japan, surprisingly. But it is the Sawsbuck. Pretty sick. Yeah, this is from Ancient Roar. Or not Ancient Roar, the Legendary Wild Force. And this is from Cyber Judge. Yeah, so I got one of each side of the connecting arts. But that one's great. That's by Shibuzo. This is by Susumu Moeya. And then next, we have another one that's kind of expensive in English, because it's pretty old now. The Grievard by Soso. This is a classic art with the pillows of the ghost Pokemon. Very cute. I love it, and I love Grievard. He's adorable. And we have another doggy. The Hisuian Growlithe. Again, way cheaper than in English. This is goes with the Perrin, who I did not get on this trip, unfortunately. I was gonna, but she's still pretty expensive even in Japanese. So I guess I can wait on that one. And then instead of dog, we have a cat next. We have the Rockets. Wow, Meowth. Team Rocket's Meowth, very good. That's by Shimoris Yukichi. Interesting. And then we do have the Rockets Murkrow. I love this one. This is by Akira Komiyama. Yeah, sick. I thought they were going to make a Rockets Honchkrow in the next in Mega Dream, but they did not, unfortunately. Okay. All the art rares. I got a lot of art rares. I'm very happy with all those. All right. And next was another Sealabo. Okay. This one was really simple. I got the Blaziken art rare. Again, the yellow sticker. 300 yen. Like, hello. So good. It's by Kodama. Then I got the Florigato, again, 300 yen, by Koki Saito, who did the whole line of the Sprigatito. And then the big boy, which is actually a really good price. I did notice a little bit of damage on him, but it's fine. The Ends Plan SAR. This is the #1 trainer SAR I wanted to get, naturally, because he's my favorite Pokemon character. I'm going to expect a little more. Yeah, there's a little bit of, like, not chipping, but like texture hiccups down here and right there and up there. I think that's all that's wrong with it. Little cut issue at the top. Again, I'm not grading any of these. These are just for my binder, so I'm not like concerned about that. But man, this art is so good. This is by Rend. It's just so beautiful. The sparkle in his eye. Yeah, this is just gorgeous. Very glad I got it for 5,000 yen. That's such a good price. Like, yep. Amazing. All right, and then next was at Book Off. Found some really good deals at Book Off. I think that was the only Book Off. We only went to Book Off once, if I remember right. So we got our rares, and one SAR. So we got the Sprigatito by Koki Saito. Adorable. Yeah, I love this card. I can't believe it took me this long to get it. We got the Horsey. Very expensive in English. 650 yen. So good. And I have the, the Kingdra, obviously. So that goes with that. We got the Dunsparce, which is one of my favorites. Favorite art rares by Saya Tsuruta. Oh, that's by Shinya Komatsu, by the way. The Horsey. I love this one. Just all the different Pokemon on there. There's like the Diglett, the Dene, Fungus, Scatterbug, Applin. Very cute. Yeah, regular Dunsparce, obviously. Yeah, so sick. And another one with multiple Pokemon. We got the Sunny Day Cast Form, whatever. Sunny. 430 yen, very good. This card is sick. Love it has like the different like areas for each of them. Yeah, really good. One of my favorite art rares, probably. We got the Duosion to go with the Zolosis. That's by, this one, oh geez. Kedama Hadai Tai Yawarakai. Yep. That's a name. I think it's like a phrase or something. We got Monkey Dory by Tezuro. 910 yen, which is a little more expensive. In English it's way more expensive, but it's because it's playable. And to go with that, the Okidogi, 430 yen. That's by Akira Gawa, though, which is nice. And don't worry, I did get the Pheasantipity sometime after this. But the main one, for a steal at 891 yen, the Kiren, his second SIR. This card is absolutely gorgeous. I love Kiren so much. And here he is. So, two of my favorite Pokemon characters I got as SIRs on this trip. There's more to come, don't worry. And yeah, this is a long video, as expected. And next was Mandarake. I only got a few cards here. They're a classic, like, used goods shop. So, they have cards. This one didn't have that many, but they did have a few I wanted. So we got the Petron SIR, the original one from Night Wanderer. Little cut issue on the top, but it was only 1,200 yen. Like, that's crazy. That's like $8.50 probably. Around there. I definitely prefer the second SIR of Petron, but I wanted both of them because I do like Petron a lot. We got the Drayton, 1,000 yen. Amazing. He's not even that expensive in English, but I saw it. I was just like, yeah, why not? I'll just get it. Yep, that's good. And then, of course, the Wally's Compassion SIR, which is freaking gorgeous. Wally's probably my second favorite Pokemon character. So, yeah, I needed to get this. I tried to avoid getting any, like, Mega Evolution stuff and up. Going crazy for those because those are going to be around for longer. I wanted to get older cards if possible, but I had to get this one. It is probably my favorite card from Mega Evolution. So that's by, oh my god, I wasn't even saying the artist. This is by Kantaro. Oh my god. This is by Iori Suzuki. This was by Kantaro. This was by Dome, and this is by Jiro Sasuma. So yeah, very good. Very, very happy to get those trainer SRs. Alright, so next we have... Oh, Card Shop Lotus. I got a few things from this one, but... you know, I had to go in pretty much every card shop I saw. There were some that were closed as we were, like, walking back on some days. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go in some of them, or all of them. So we got the Pheasantipity art rare by Keishiro Ito. So there you go for that. And we got the Frigiraffe by Mina Nakai. I love this one. This is great. It's like photo bombing, basically, like the herd over there in the background. We got the Noibat. Really adorable by Soso. One of my favorite art rares for sure. Then we got the Haxorus, which is pretty expensive in English. 600 yen. No big deal. Yep. I don't even like Haxorus that much, but I like how he's in like the train, like the minecart track, and I found a cool place for it in my binder, so I was like, yeah, I'll get it. And then the one SAR I got from here was the Goldengo, which was 980 yen. That's a freaking great deal. And I love this art. This is by Shigenori Negishi. I love the like building, the angle of the building down there, and he's just like raining down coins. Pretty sick. Whoops, not that pile. Alright, and then we got... Oh, this is the big one. Okay. So, on the last day, I went ham in Denden Town. So we started in Tokyo and made our way to Osaka. So like half the trip was Tokyo, half was Osaka. And Osaka, I love Osaka more than Tokyo probably. My favorite place in Osaka is Denden Town, which is just like a whole strip and offshooting streets of tons of shops. So first time, you know, I went there multiple days to Denden Town, and the first 2 days I didn't really like go too far, didn't go to like offshoot shops too much, and I was feeling like not fully satisfied. But the last day I went ham and I got a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna start with the art rares. I bought multiple SARs from this one place. So first one we got Cobalion AR by HN Seal, Hungry Clicker. So now I have all the Swords of Justice. And they double sleeve these, which is crazy. Yeah, this shop was legit. Their prices were so good, and they had so many cards I wanted. I wanted to buy more, but I bought as much as I could. We got the Sigilith AR, which is probably my favorite regular AR from Black Bolt and White Flare by Mingo. I love Sigilith, and this artwork's, the colors are just so good on it. So we got that, and then I got the Electros to go with the Mega Electros when I get that eventually. That's by Yukiko Baba, who isn't one of my favorite artists, but whatever. And then I got the Samurai and Oshawott. Like the Oshawott was pretty expensive, but that's like still way cheaper than English and pretty average price. And then I love the Samurai. The colors are so good on that one, and Oshawott's adorable, obviously. Alright, and then from the SARs, I got the Kira. Oh, I should take this out. Hold on. Yeah, these are on like extra thick sleeves. Holy crap. Okay, you go down there. Alright, so like I have such a big stack of art. I'm gonna have so much fun putting these in my binder. So we got the Qrem SAR. Shout out to Collector's Alcove. Oh, I did want to mention Collector's Alcove on Instagram. I did want to mention they had the Reshiram and Zekrom black and white rares there, and they were like very good prices. But if I did that, I would only be able to get like those two, and that's it. You know, like I would not have the budget to get any of the other cards that I got after this. So I was like, I made an executive decision to not get them, even though I was really planning to or really hoping to. But anyway, Kyurem. This is by Chibi. Really sick. I'm going to put it in between the black and white rares of Russian. I wish they just did a gray Kyurem. That would have been really cool instead of the red Victini, but I get why they did it. So, whatever. I'm just glad to have this. It was very cheap, actually. Yeah, it was 3,100 yen. That's crazy. That's like $25. Like, insane. And then I got the Raging Bolt for that much, 4,400 yen. This is the original Raging Bolt. The art on this is just so good. This is by Tezero, who did all three of them in this set. It's just so beautiful. Like the colors and the storm in the background, the canyon, like, oh yeah. I love that. I'm glad I found it too, because I got the Iron Crown. I was like, oh, I want the Raging Bolt to like complement it, because they're both in the middle of their pages in my binder. So this one we got, it was 3,900 yen. New release SAR. You can probably guess what it is from an earlier hint in the video. If I could get out the part that I actually want to take out. Alright, we're going to do this the hard way then. There we go. We got the Mega Frostlass SAR. My favorite new Mega Evolution in ZA, my favorite SAR in the set. It's just so gorgeous with the color ribbons going through the Japanese background. This is by Tezero also. What a way to flow into that. It's just so gorgeous. Mega Frostlass is such a good design. Like, oh, beautiful. I just hope I don't pull it in English. I try not to buy too many Mega Dream cards because, you know, if I pull them in English, I'll have both English and Japanese. It's like, oh, whatever. But I had to buy this one because it's my favorite. So we got that. And then the next two are pretty big bangers. The first one's kind of cheap. 6,400 yen, which is crazy compared to English. But we have the Espeon Stellar SIR. Yeah. This art is insane by Sui. I love it. Finally, after over a year, I finally have this card. Yep. Just gorgeous. Just beautiful. I was also debating buying the Umbreon. But again, it would be one of those situations where I would have like spent my whole budget. I'd rather... I wanted to go for quantity on this trip rather than, you know, only a few cards and spend too much. So yeah, this was the big one coming up right here. This is the reason, not the reason I went to Japan, but it was the main card I wanted to get, and I was worried that I wasn't finding it for a good price. I wasn't seeing it as consistently as I thought I was going to. You know, Card Secret didn't have it. It was 4,200 yen, or sorry, 42,000. And it was this, the Mew, of course, the Mew SAR shiny. I had to get it. There was no way I was going to leave Japan without it. And I saw they had it at this shop. And this was like an upstairs shop. You had to go up these really steep stairs. I remember it was on the second floor. But the stairs were so steep. I was like, I was nervous. I'm usually pretty good on stairs. It does have a print line right through here, unfortunately. It's kind of unavoidable, unfortunately. I say unfortunately a lot. But I have it. And that's all that matters. So it was 42,000 yen, right? I said? Where'd the thing go? Yeah. So that's about $275, which is a little bit below average price. I was seeing that for like 280-ish on Bai. So very glad to finally have this off my stupid Mew checklist. Like, you know, I obviously pulled the English one. I say obviously, but if you haven't seen that video of me pulling it. So I pulled the English one, so I needed the Japanese one for the longest time. I didn't buy it when it was like $100, so finally got it. Don't have to worry about it anymore. Thank God. I do love this card. It's one of my favorite cards, but it's just such a relief to finally have it. Okay, 3 more stops. This one I also bought a lot from. This was Card Shop Art, I think it was called. Yeah, so Card Dream was the other one. This one was Card Shop Art. So I got a bunch of art rares. I'm just gonna go through them pretty quick. We got the Hops Trevenant by Tomo. Oh, sorry, the Mew is by Usagiman. If you didn't know that by now, follow them on Instagram. We got Tomo Waka Hops Trevenant. Very random card. I don't know why they give Hop a Trevenant, but whatever. Then we got the Dragonair by Rika. I've been meaning to get this for a while. Very expensive in English. Probably my favorite art rare from 151. So I'm glad to finally have that. Yanma by Ayako Ozaki. Really like that. Yanma's one of my favorite Gen 2 Pokemon. We got the Ninjask and the Shedinja by Tetsu Kayama. Shedinja's one of my favorite Pokemon. It was my favorite bug Pokemon before Vikavolt. I love how they connect also. We are a fan of that. We got the Spiritomb by Ikeda Saki. Pretty cool. Spiritomb's a second art rare, and then I got a third one with Cynthia's in Mega Dream. We got Tapu Bulu by Ikeda Saki again. Look at that. It's like I did it on purpose. It's funny, I actually didn't. Then we got the Watch Roll by Mitsuru Arita. This art is sick. He's like electricity, but he's diving under the water. Really cool. We got Knackley by Ryota Murayama. The layering is very interesting on this one. The hollow goes like over the top of the text. Like it's like pushed down a little bit. It's like hard to see on camera, but I love Knackley. I love how he's like a Mario mushroom, but also Minecraft. We got the Rabska by Nagimizo. I love this art. The colors are so good. Like the sunset in the background. As you can see, a lot of these are like 280, 220 yen. They had like a 220 yen box that I just like went through and got a ton of. Here's Espathra by Akira Agawa. The art on that's really good. Like there's like an explosion happening in the background of the desert. Like really cool. We got Archaludon by Toshinao Aoki. Classic vintage artist doing a modern Pokemon. Very cool. And we got a bunch of black and white. We got the Snivy and... Oh, they're not by the same artist, though. Snivy by Yoshimi Miyoshi. And then Servine by Jiro Sasumo. Servine! Minchino by Natsumi Yoshida. This one's adorable. The fall leaves and everything. Very good. We got Litwick and Lampent. I don't think I got a Chandelure, unfortunately. This is by Naoya Kimura. This is by Ligton. Both really good art. We got Cofagrigus by Haru Akasaka. Really cool. The hands like going forward. Really nice. Very abstract background. Oh. We got the Clink by Nobuhiro Imagawa. I like how like there's like the Giger toy there. And it's like looking at it. Like, huh, curious. And then we got the Bisharp. Really cool by Tori Yufu. There's like a face off there. Whoops. And then we got, this is the only one I bought two Terrakion. They had one in the case and then one in the 220 yen vial. This one's probably in slightly better condition, so I assume I will keep that one. So I'm gonna like trade this one or whatever, sell it, do something. Okay, so those are all the art rares, and then I did get 3 SARs. I thought I got 4. I had a crisis before I made this video. I thought I like lost one of the cards. They had the Unknown V alt art in Japanese, obviously, and I need it still. So I was like annoyed because I could have sworn I bought it. I literally remember holding it, and the girl in the shop, like, you know, I told her I wanted it. I don't know if she put it back or just didn't package it for some reason. I have no clue. But whatever, I got 3 other SARs. So we got the Raging Bolt, the second one, by Uninori. One of my favorite new artists. They're really climbing the rankings. This art's freaking sick. Again, 1850 yen. That's way cheaper than in English. Just saying, like. And then we got two stellar type bangers. I'm just gonna show them together because they're related. We got the, whoops. We got the Jolteon and Vaporeon. So I only wanted to get like my favorite evolutions. So like originally I was only gonna get like Vaporeon, Umbreon, and Espeon. But then, is that part of the art or is that a speck of dust? I think that's part of the art. Anyway, I've only got 4 of them because the Jolteon's my favorite, like art-wise. I love how it's like bursting forward, like the perspective is really cool. So that's my favorite, like art-wise, and it was my original favorite evolution, but Vaporeon's my favorite of the original 3. And I really like this one. So I got these 2 and the Espeon, and then I just need the Umbreon, and I'll be fine. I don't really want the other ones. But the prices on these, like, you can't beat these. 4,800 and 4,900 yen. That's, like, so good. And way better than English, again. So, this is by Kantaro, and this is by Narano. Yeah, just really good. Man. Very glad I got these. And the Espeon was a good price as well. So that was that shop. 2 more. So we got, this is Girafol, I believe. I think I went to another Girafol, but I forgot which one, what order it was. So first one, well, art rares first. So we got the Houndoom art rare, 370 yen compared to English. Like, that is nuts. It is a little scratched right there, I did notice. That's probably why it was so cheap, but I don't care. Because the art is sick. It's by Taiga Kasai. Then we got the whole evolution line here. The, wow, Tepig, Pignite, and Emboar. So that's by Orca, that's by Masa, and that's by NC Empire. I don't really like these guys, but I wanted to just have all 9 of the Unova starters, because why not? Yeah, and you can see Tepig was the most expensive, because they're the starter. And then I did get the Duat, which this art is sick. That's by Taira Akitsu. A little more expensive, as you can see. But the art is sick, and now I have all 3 of those. And then this banger, I did find this. I was hoping I would. The Origin Palkia V alt art. I still never bought this in English, and it's climbing up there. So I was like, might as well just get it in Japanese, and I did. It was that's about like 60, no, I think it was like $57, which is sick. I love this. This is one of my favorite alt arts, probably, in Sword and Shield. So, very glad to have it in Japanese. You know, better quality. Yep. That is so good. You can't beat that quality. I'm gonna put it here technically, because it's still an SR. Because those are all SARs. I bought a lot of SARs, oh my god. This one was a steal. The Rockets Nidoking for 5,700 yen. It was marked down from 74. It's not damaged though, it doesn't say damaged. But this is one of my favorites from Glory of Team Rocket, because it's Uninori who does, their style is just so reminiscent of the watercolor style from Gen 1. So it's the perfect combination. I unfortunately did not get the Rockets Crobat, which I like more than this one. I saw it once earlier in the trip, but it was very it was a little overpriced, so I was like, not gonna keep that. Or not gonna go for that. But glad to have this. I love that card. And then the last one from Girafol was the Ceruledge Stellar SAR by Akagi. Another, I love Ceruledge. As you can tell, he's my second favorite Pokemon from Gen 9 other than, or after Iron Valiant. I think Centering was why this one is cheaper. It was only 2,100 yen. Centering is not very good, but I don't care about that. But the print line is not very relevant, which is always a plus. Thank God. Yep. Sick. I love this card. Man, yeah, I bought way more special art rares than I thought. It's just so sick. All right. And then the last shop was another Sea Labo. I just picked up some last minute things real quick. So we have the Darkrai V-Star SIR, which is also going up in English. So I needed to get it. It's 3,800 yen in Japanese, which was like, well, like $29 probably. And it's like, I love this card. The art's so good. That's by Pani Kobayashi. So I'll put that with, yeah, that is SIR. Sword and Shield, but it's an SIR. Then we got the Palafin SIR, which is by Tetsuo Hara, who's the Fist of the North Star mangaka, which is crazy. So sick. I kept seeing this and I wanted it, but it was very expensive, and I found one for 1,800 damaged, quote unquote, you know. So I was like, yeah, give me that. And then the last one I got was the Superior SIR. Had to complete the 9-page for the starters, so I got it. 3,200 yen. That's like average price. Yeah, this one's print lines are not very relevant either. Yeah, very good. Not my favorite art of Superior, to be honest. I like the character rare better, which I still need. But this is still really nice. I just love Superior. I just love snakes. So, yeah. Okay, that is all of them. Look at this stack of SIRs. This is crazy. Look at all of them. Oh my god. There's the Mew. Should put all the Stellar together. And the trainers. I'll put the trainers together too. Sorry, I'm just doing this right now, but I got all the Stellars together. There's the Terapagos. Yeah. Oh, there's that. I'll put that with the Petrarant. Yeah, so I'm gonna have a lot of fun putting these all back in, or putting these all in my binders. Like, it's gonna be so like filled out by the time I'm done with it. Like, there's all the SRs that could go with the special arts. SRs. We got the really random stuff. Pass card vending. Very random. I don't know what I'm gonna do for a thumbnail, but I'll figure it out. And then this massive stack of art rares. Just like insane. Completed many evolution lines. Lots of stragglers, legendaries. Got all 3 of those guys. Pretty sick. Forgotten Sprigatito, completed that. Got the Stuffle and Beware, Zoroark, got the Landorus. I didn't get Duskull. I knew it. I kept seeing it too, and I was like, I'll get it later, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, stupid. Alright, and then I showed those already. And then these random things again. Alright, we got a lot to catalog. Thanks for watching, guys. Follow me on Instagram. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. And I will see you guys next time I have something to open, which I don't know when that's going to be. Alright. Thanks for watching again, and see you guys in the next one.